It's all good. Good evening, sir. Can I get your name?
Anthony Robert DiCampli.
All right, sir. We're seeing you this evening on some new charges involving aggravated assault.
Correct.
A couple of different versions, one involving the nature of the victim and one involving the nature of any alleged injury. So, sir, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney.
Okay.
And I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. So, sir, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk about your release conditions and we're going to talk about your next court date. I have read the pretrial services recommendation. I note that the county attorney's office is recommending a $10,000 bond with pretrial services. Mr. Goodman, did you wish to be heard any further?
Yes, Judge. What's not noted in the pretrial report that I discovered on public access is he actually does have, I believe, a couple of violent misdemeanor priors, and it's very alarming that he would spray chemicals in a uniformed constable's face that is serving a lawful eviction order. So just based on the nature of the offense itself, which, as the interim complaint noted, could have it's unknown whether it's caused any sort of permanent eye damage in that context. So just based on that, and the misdemeanor priors I was able to locate on public access, that's why we're requesting a bond.
Understood. Mr. Fatak, did you wish to be heard?
Yes, please, Judge. Under the pretrial services report, there is no felony history. I didn't look at the misdemeanor history. That's available on public access. Nonetheless, Judge, I do think pretrial usually notes any misdemeanor convictions if they're DV, but I don't see any on this report, but I'm not disputing Mr. Goodman. I just think that the court should consider just the report, and pretrial can obviously chime in if they need to edit or add something. Your Honor, Mr. DiCampli has absolutely no felony history. At this stage, Your Honor, we don't have the entire disclosure. We don't know what he thought was happening. There's things that need to be investigated in terms of if any defenses apply. So at this stage, Judge, we just ask that, given his complete lack of felony history, there won't be a problem not contacting the victim. We ask for release to pretrial services, but if you're not inclined, a $2,000. Thank you.
All right, sir. So I do note that you scored pretty low in terms of the scales that pretrial services uses. I am going to hold you on a $2,000 bond. That will be cash or secured. And that's largely based on the nature of the charges and the information I'm seeing in the interim complaint. So, sir, what I'm going to order is that if you post that bond, you are going to be supervised by pretrial services. You're not to possess any firearms or weapons. You're not to have any contact with any alleged victims. And your next court date, sir, is going to be a preliminary hearing that will be November the 4th, 2024 at 1:30 in the afternoon. Sir, you need to make sure you stay in contact with your attorney and in contact with pretrial services, because that date might change. And if it changes, you still need to make sure you get to court whenever it's scheduled. Do you understand?
I understand, Mom. I won't be going anywhere. I don't have any ways to make bond right now. Yeah.
All right, sir.
Damn.
All right, sir. So that understood. So your next court date is going to be the 4th, and we'll go from there. That's all for this evening. You're excused.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good night.